ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
There is a play that is off Broadway in New York now, tomorrow, kicking off tomorrow through October. Let me get the exact dates. If you're in New York City, get your tickets now through October 11th at 59 East 59 Theaters, which is on 59th East 59th Street in Manhattan. It is called Home, A Palestinian Woman's Pursuit of Life, Liberty, and Happiness. Let me welcome writer, performer of this off-Broadway play, the one and only Hend Ayoub. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
I was asking you off mic if you knew Sarah Jones, Bridges and Tunnels, and she does a lot of one-woman plays where she plays all of these characters. Is this similar to that? Because I see you're playing different people.
Yes, I love her work. I recently actually saw it at the Lincoln Center Library. She does play a lot of characters. The only difference is that I am the main person that you're following my life, and she is playing a host that is hosting and playing other characters, but it's not the narrative of what's happening with the main character. So my play starts from 5-year-old Hend to this day, and what's life is like for a Palestinian woman born and raised in Israel.
Okay. I want to jump in. I saw a video of the beauty of Gaza before the bombings, and to see what's there now, I think Greta Thunberg's boat just got hit with a drone, and she's just there to deliver food. The level of inhumanity and terrorism that is right now, people dying of starvation. I just, mothers being, blown up, hospitals and children. Tell me about the 5-year-old Hend growing up. What did your space look like? What did your country look like? Who were you at 5 in this space, and how did you relate to it?
Yeah, so unlike the images and what we're seeing in Gaza, this is a completely different perspective. So we're all Palestinians. You have the Palestinians of Gaza who are going through horrific times right now, and you have the Palestinians of the West Bank. You have the Palestinians who are born and raised in Israel, who are Israeli citizens. We are 20% of Israel's population. Second-class citizens, yes, but still Israeli citizens. So Palestine, the Palestine story has so many different perspectives. And this play is specifically for my personal story, for someone who was born there.
So 5-year-old Hend was born in Israel.
Yes.
And so you're an Israeli Palestinian. Are you, does 5-year-old Hend have a passbook that stamps her as different than the other folk there? Does she have different restrictions than?
When Hend becomes 16, she gets the Israeli ID. Everybody holds the Israeli ID. Arabs have Arab on their ID, and Jews have Jewish on their ID. And that's the way to, to kind of discriminate and know who's Arab, to see how they can treat them differently. So I have a scene in the play trying to board, a plane with my cast member who are all Jewish Israelis. And I'm surprised how easy it is to just go. And they're like, have a nice flight, have a nice flight. Because up until that time, I traveled with my Arab friends. So they always go through our luggage. And I always used to cry at the airport before I board a flight. But I was surprised how easy it is. And then he's just looking at the IDs, and on your ID, it says Arab, and all the others, it says Jewish Israeli, my cast members. And then he stops me and he goes through my bag and he questions me. And my cast members are looking like, what is happening? They didn't know that we're treated this way. And I didn't know that they just show their ID and just like have a nice flight. So
Thought everyone was getting that.
I'm sorry.
You know, you thought everyone was getting the
Oh,
treatment that
yes,
you were
yes,
getting.
absolutely. Yeah.
I do believe a great deal of why things are allowed to happen is ignorance. But I think a lot of it is also kind of willful ignorance. Like people don't want to know, whereas ignorance is bliss. They don't want to know that these things are happening to other people because then there's a responsibility, right? Because you you have to do something or turn off your humanity. You don't really have too many choices, right?
Yes, yes. And a lot of people are choosing that. And recently, also Israelis are, choosing not to see the images in Gaza. And also the media in Israel is preventing them from seeing the images in Gaza. It just came out a few weeks ago that Israeli channels were blocking any images and stopping it from being aired. And there were text messages that were revealed in the newsroom, and they chose not to because we're more interested in what's happening, and with the hostages and the Israelis, and we don't care about Palestinians, basically. So,
Right. And I think we can have capacity for all of it. October 7th was horrible. We can all lean
absolutely,
into
yes.
that and
Yeah.
have, appropriate reactions to that. This is not appropriate. And as you're going and telling your story, what stuck out for me is that there was a passbook. It reminds me of South Africa apartheid. It reminds me of the yellow stars that people had to wear in Nazi Germany, which is interesting because you can't tell who's who because we're all, unlike here in America where, black became, it's easy. We're going to, that became the marker. That's an easy marker. It's not so easy. You have to, wear a star or show your passbook that shows something. How do you navigate that? And what are you telling your children, when, because it's really a hard thing to explain. Why are you being discriminated against and not them, or why you?
Yeah, honestly, I think I think growing up in Israel, you just are confronted with this fact at a very young age. And you just grow up knowing that that's the way it is, sadly. Like all my experiences and my friends' experiences, it's been one experience after the other telling you that you don't belong. We don't want you there. Like, even though we were born there, my ancestors were all born there before Israel was created. So,
You were
to
already there. You
yeah,
were
we
already
were
there.
already, yeah, you can't say go back to your own country. Well, I was born here. So it's kind of sad that it's just the way it is. I think you don't even have to ask your parents, why is it like that? You're just living that. My character, which is all like it's my true story. I realized that at 5-year-old, I was dressed up as a princess going to the Purim party with my best friend, the rabbi's daughter. And all I wanted to eat poppy seed hamantash. And they kicked me out of the party. They said, "You're Arab, but you're not Jewish. You don't belong here. Like, why did you bring her, Avigai, my best friend?" And I left the party crying, right? So that kind of story keeps repeating in different ways until you either choose to leave the country or, I don't know, go to
I don't
therapy
know.
nonstop.
Mm, mm, I think we can call people to a higher vibration, and I've been encouraged, especially in New York. I've seen a lot of Jewish people in New York stand up against this, and they don't want to report that either because in many ways, I think played a clip from was it Mandy Patinkin who was just going off
Yes,
on this because for him it's if you're not with this but you're also Jewish, now you're being cast in with all of the people who are with this, and he's like, no, this does not represent me, I'm not with this. And I
absolutely.
think,
No, a lot
yeah,
of Jewish, yeah, Americans. My best friend is Jewish American, so uh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've been saying this, Hen, that it's time for the silent majority to start speaking out, because if you don't, then they will assume that you're part of the problem, which right now is inhumanity. So doing this play, Home question mark, a Palestinian woman's pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, which is on right tomorrow from tomorrow through
Actually,
October?
it
What?
starts on the 12th, September
Okay.
12th to October 11th.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yes. With the first 5 shows are sold out. I'm very excited about
Okay.
that, but I want your listeners to come to the other shows, and I want to
Okay.
share my
Well,
story. And
I
I
want to
also
come.
wanted to say that it's not all depressing. It's very funny show, unlike what you would think about, Palestinian story. Everybody says, "Oh, I don't want to go and hear." It's not like that. Come.
Okay. Well, give us some comments. So you're kicking off on September 11th, which I think is a choice then.
Oh, did I say no? It's the 12th. The 12th to
Okay,
October
the 12th.
11th.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I'm on your website, so I'm getting confused because I'm like, okay, it says
yeah,
September 10th. All right, so
September
September 12th.
to October 11th.
Okay. At 59 East 59 Theaters, which is on 59th Street, 59 East 59th Street in New York. So take us through one of the funny, the ha-has. Give us something, give us a funny story from the play.
Well, I don't want to give a lot from the play, but there are a lot of funny, like Hend learning to flirt and how it doesn't go very well, and trying to get a job at Israeli restaurant and realizing that they don't hire Arabs, but she's all about flirting with the guy trying to get the job. And yeah, needless to
Okay.
say, it
All right.
doesn't
That's
go
real
very
funny.
well. There's a lot of funny stories with my mom, who's a wonderful character in the play. And I'm so happy to bring her back to life and share the stage with her. It's been amazing, and people just love the mom's character and my grandmother. It's a lot of women Arab characters that are just, yeah, yeah, funny.
So after the play, you guys have a panel discussion. How has that been going, and who's going to be on future panels that people can? So is it Q&A with the audience?
So yes, we haven't started here in New York, but we just closed a run in San Francisco that went great. It was a sold out run with great reviews. And the panels were, very interesting. People want to learn. A lot of people don't know anything about our experience, because most Americans really hear about Palestinians just in the news. Nobody I've met knew that we are 20% of Israel's population. So there's a lot to learn. There are a lot of questions. We have, let me see, in the talkbacks, we have on the 17th, Rula Jabril. We have Asif Mandvi on the 23rd.
Wait. You said Rula Jabril will be at one of these?
Yes, she would be in one of the panels.
Okay.
Peter
That
Beinart.
I need to come to.
Yeah, a lot of good people.
Okay. All right. I see our brother's also going to be there. Dean Obadala as well is going to be on a panel in New York. We're going to have him on a panel in New York.
Yes, Dean is actually one of his New York Arab American Comedy Festival is one of the producers of this show.
Okay.
And in fact, he has, if anyone wants a promo code, a discount code, he has one. If you email him at dean@deanofradio.com, and Dean will send you the promo code to come see one of our shows.
Dean at Dean
Ofradio.com.
Dean of Radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Discount.
That was his email.
Let's go.
Discount
Yeah.
code. Okay. All right. Listen, we love a discount code here. And I think it's important for you. When you started this, Hend Ayoub is here, and you can go to her website, HendaYoub as in boy.com. What were you imagining you were going to be doing, and what was the genesis of this becoming what it has become?
Like why I wrote it, you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, it was like a bunch of things. I was like revisiting my life and looking back at everything that happened and got me into here and living in New York. And talking to people who knew nothing about Palestinians born and raised in Israel. I wanted to share that story because they kept asking me what it's like. So I said, well, what a great way to share my personal story and my family and with everyone. And also, part of it was also being tired of being cast where Hollywood, the box, the casting they put us in. We are always, in my case, the terrorist wife, right? Not even the terrorist who has one line and is crying as they take away her husband. And like, can't you see us in the human full scale like that we are? So I got tired of all these auditions of this stereotype that they decide that we are. No, we are full human beings with experiences, and we can laugh and we can be funny, and I wanted to share that. I want to share my mom, this wonderful woman, and my grandmother, and all these characters. So it was a combination of all that, I guess.
In the midst of all of this trauma that is happening now, is there something good that we can lean on? Is there something? Is there bright something in the midst of this that we can? Any kind of hope?
I, I am very hopeful. I'm a hopeful person. I always hope. I think we can lean on humanity. That's the only thing we have. If we start seeing people as us and not the other, because that's what everybody's doing right now.
Mhm.
If me and you are the same, then you can't hate and you can't kill and you can't massacre. And my hope is that we start doing that. And my play is kind of one way to say, here, look at me. Here, my perspective and my narrative that you choose not to listen to. Just come see me as the human that we are.
I love that. As you were saying that, though, Hand, I was thinking that a lot of people don't love themselves. And I think we are suffering at the hands of people who hate themselves because you can't treat a person like that if you really understood, if you were happy in yourself, you know. That hate to me tells a bigger story than just I hate you. It also says I hate myself, which is a whole other conversation. I don't know what we do with that, but I think we are under that right now, like a whole lot of people unhappy with their lives. So the hate gives them something to hold on to, which is crazy. I want people to be happy. Happy people don't do these things.
We all do.
Uh,
Yeah.
now you during the San Francisco run and now in New York, what did you learn about yourself?
What did I learn about myself? I don't know. That's a tough question. I
I'm just
don't
saying,
think
so people in theater, each show. I used to go to Broadway a lot. I fall asleep a lot too. But so if it's not a musical that keeps me going, I'm out. But what I've heard from people, because I know a lot of theater people, is that each show is a little different and it evolves over time. Has this show, the San Francisco version of it, is the New York version of it going to be a little different? And if so, in
no,
what way?
every show, yeah, well, first of all, I want to say to people like you who get bored, it's only an hour and 25 minutes and it's fun and it's funny and it's gonna keep you awake, I
Okay.
promise.
Let
You're
me just say, I'm not bored. I just don't get to sit still for that long a period of
no, no,
time.
I
So when
understand.
I do, it's like sleep, sleep kicks in.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but I try to make it as short as possible because
okay,
I'm like that. So it's just a show that most people, when they came out from the show, would come to me and say, I cried, I laughed, I learned something new. And that's great. So that can make I can make sure people are not going to get bored in the show. But about the question you asked me, every show is different. It's a living thing, and you breathe with the audience basically. And sometimes you do find like lines that are different. Oh, this is funny, or this character, even though I'm playing all the characters, the character takes over and says or does something, and it is surprising, but that's like in general. So every show is different, and it's hopefully it's going to be even better and better than the one in San Francisco. So come see for yourself.
okay. East 59th Street, y'all. If you're in New York or if you're coming to New York, it's gonna be there for a whole month. starting on the 12th of September through the 11th of October. So catch it. I'm sure after the Q&As and the panel discussion is going to be fire, especially the one with Rula Jabril. I might need to dip in just to get a hug because she is a fierce sister, and I appreciate the work that she's been doing. And apparently the work continues in you. So thank you for using your art in this way. And it's nice meeting you, Hend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, Hend Ayoub.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will